hopefully if we don't keep getting disconnected, because we keep getting disconnected, you're about to find out why I call it Wildcard. Okay. Um, on Wednesdays, I go to band practice, and I also, at work, which I'm a teacher, we have our short day where we're not, I mean, I'm not going to say we're not sure what we're doing when the kids leave early. Like, that's our time for meeting, collaborating, and planning, things like that. Now, this particular Wednesday and this time of year, we are doing our spring conferences with parents. And so far, so good. Easy breezy. Things are going well. I usually like to hurry to get them out of the way as soon as possible and not let them drag on. Because it could, if you let it. I just need it to be done and get done, right? All of our kids are doing well. My student teacher, she gets that opportunity to see interaction with families and parents and things like that. So yeah, so it's a learning experience for her, and it's also nice for me to revisit the things that I think about, because I don't always write everything down. I just realized, I was like, oh my gosh, am I that teacher that never writes anything down but remembers everything? I guess. It's like, why don't you have anything written down? I was like, I don't know. I just know. But anyway, so yeah, so we had about, how many meetings today? We had 3 meetings today. One was canceled because a parent was sick, and that happens. So we would have had 4 today. All right. And then we are also working on Black History Month. Our school is putting together a big assembly production for Black History Month, and it's been a lot of work for the school. Like, I haven't really participated too much in it this year. Our music teacher, she's also doing a play that's for, we have 2 campuses for littles and the middle school kids, and she is ill. I think she'll be there next week, but our school has a morning assembly, and one of the classes, every class does leads a song. So a teacher, she was reaching out to me the other day. She was like, I can't lead, our class can't lead the song or whatever. I don't know what the reason is, whatever, blah blah blah. But so she had asked me, she was like, hey, can you take it over, kind of thing. And I was like, I think so, if I teach the school a song. Okay, because I'm also Nerd Queen, y'all. Duh, I'm Nerd Queen. But anyway, so this is what I'm going to do. So one of the things when it comes to being a wild card is you always be ready for anything and everything all the time. Stay ready. You don't have to get ready if you're always ready, right? So because I've busked and played live for several years, I have songs that I can easily just pop out and teach folks how to do really quick, and song done. So I'm going to do I guess, I don't know what to call this. I hate when people repackage something when originally it was a song about, it was a religious song. Okay, in the Black church, we sing gospel songs, right? That's also a part of what I do with my other group. We haven't been playing out much, if at all, in the last year or 2 now. But one of the things that I brought to our group, which I ironically learned for school one year when we were teaching the kindergartners about protesting. See where I'm going? Alright, I'm going to teach the school how to sing Ain't Gonna Let Nobody Turn Me Around. Okay? because I now have it in my repertoire for when I play and perform out and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's only for me 2 chords to learn to play, which I already know how to play them, and I've done the song enough to just be able to pop it out anytime I need to for whatever reason. And I guess next week will be the reason, right? I'm also proud of myself in that I've been leaving my guitar, or at least one of them, at the apartment just now because I just left from there and I'm heading over to band practice right now, so that I can continue, to practice as I need to. So my brother doesn't bother any of my things. He's pretty respectful like that, so I don't have to worry about him being weird and doing things to my stuff if I leave it there. So I, just like 20 minutes ago, I had it out. I just kind of refreshed myself on the chords a little bit and trying to see what key would be comfortable for me and everybody and the kids. So just thinking and preparing for that. Now, with all that being said, next week, oops, I'm gonna have to end this call because I'm doing too much wildcarding. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know my phone could do that. Still take phone calls and still be live? Yeah, same phone. So that was one of my bandmates. Speaking of Wildcard, so next month, as I was about to tell y'all, okay, well, I got a call from her. I also got another call. It went straight to voicemail because I was already on that call. Do you see how Wildcard Wednesday works? It really does work like that sometimes. So anyway, next Friday, not this coming Friday, is going to be the performance at the music store, okay, in Riverdale. So be there, be square is free, okay. I don't plan on streaming from there at all, but I don't know, you never can tell, but don't depend on that. So if you are in the Atlanta area and you're interested in meeting me in Honeychild Pullman, come on out because it's free, okay. There's that, and that's March 6th, next week, okay. What else is going on? So also our band's CD release is happening on the 20th of March, okay. That's the reason. Well, we have a standing band practice on Wednesdays anyway, but this is definitely the reason why we are preparing for our show on the 20th. I've got, yes, my goal. So it finally came. So yeah, I'm adding more things to the mix for our band, okay. So that is on the 20th, okay. I will also be practicing for my bandmate who you probably just heard on that phone call. She has her own band also. I'm singing a lot of songs on her CD release show, which is after our band. I know it gets confusing. I should just make a flow chart one day and y'all just look and you're like, well, who are you talking about now? What are you talking about now? Yeah. So her CD release for her band is on the 4th of April. Okay. So much is going on. Okay. That's why you should like and subscribe to this channel, y'all. Because you never know what you're going to get on a Wednesday, that is. Now, other than that, I am working on trying to release some new songs and talk about artists' rights and things like what is going to be the future when it comes to artists and artificial intelligence and things like that. So one of the things I'm doing some research on is just trying to understand, well, when it comes to things like copyright and AI, and how does that work, and it's a big issue across all fields of art right now. So except for probably dance. Who knows? I don't know, maybe there could be something in that too. So, but music, film, art, visual arts, that is, there's just so much where artificial intelligence, people are using it and abusing it. I even have conversations with my students about plagiarism, and I think more people need to be aware of what is okay to do versus just because you're doing it doesn't make it okay, I think where I left off in thinking about things to focus on for this YouTube channel is how can people protect themselves in this world of AI, because there are some tools being developed now where people can be able to protect themselves from people like stealing their work and trying to copy it and mass produce. Because I am going to end this because I'm trying to make sure I get to the location in Atlanta, because I live in Atlanta. So we can eat some tacos maybe. I think that people should be able to freely create without fearing that somebody's going to poach their work, poach their identity, things like that. Right now, there is an artist, an AI performer, quote unquote. A lot of people have heard about the, oh my gosh. Atlanta, why? Alright, I have to make a U-turn, y'all. Alright, so there is this this artificial intelligence performer that has taken over somebody who is a real person's name, and that's my biggest fear, quite honestly. Okay, this person, she is a real person. She's a young woman from Canada with this name. I don't want to name her name right now, but somebody literally has taken her name. She's been on YouTube singing songs, and I'm trying to remember who. I don't pay too much attention to a lot of the pop singers. I'm sorry, but she got a shout out from one of them like some years ago. But then somebody else has taken her name and AI-defied a robot that looks like a black woman from West Africa. And again, I'm just trying to be honest. So a little white woman, young girl, she was a teenager when she started her channel. She's probably in her early to mid 20s now. And I don't even think she's performing too much on her channel anymore. But they took her name. And somebody has used her name and made an avatar of a black woman that looks West African, like Ethiopian or Somali, and is performing, again, quote unquote, I'm gonna go straight, performing soul songs, like neo soul kind of songs. And again, I feel like that is like my worst nightmare, and it really makes me ill to my stomach to think that people are just ripping off folks just blatantly and without any kind of regard. And now that poor girl, now that people are talking about it too, knowing that the name is now attached to an AI avatar, when really there is a real person with that name, and she has to fight to get her name back. It reminds me of Lady A in that situation. Okay, Lady A, she basically had her name stolen from wow. She literally had her name stolen from the I guess this new country group. Forgot what they were called. I don't know, can't remember. But they basically, um, oh, Lady Annabella. Yeah, they took her name. They knew good and well that it belonged to her. Unfortunately, she did not trademark, and they just blatantly just stole it because people were starting to get more conscious about like Southern plantation culture or whatever. And people are asking, like, I don't think I want to book somebody who is celebrating plantation culture, which, why should you? Because that's basically a work camp. You shouldn't. What's so great about a work camp except for, yeah, nothing. So anyway, I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking into making sure I can protect myself in anything that I might find that might help others feel more comfortable putting out work, feel a lot more, again, comfortable putting out their work. And this is interesting, y'all. You have no idea. Like, this is Atlanta. Like, I'm glad that I was live because there's so much going on in these streets today. You saw me do well, I kind of had to because they blocked the street off. I thought that was just a one and done. I didn't realize that was an ongoing road street project over there. So I can't go that way to band practice anymore. Not for a while because they literally blocked that street off. Okay, and now I'm about to drive by kind of the King Center. Okay, so I like telling people how Atlanta I am Atlanta. Okay, I hate it when people are on social media and they're talking trash about Atlanta. Like, the latest thing I just saw was that the average person's net worth is $5,000. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I need to get more context around that because I'm like, do you mean in a week? In a week? 1 week? Because I'm like, I'm so confused. Because I don't, like, yeah. So confused. Alright, y'all, so now I'm driving by the Ebenezer Baptist Church, the old one and the new one, and the King Center. Anyway, I love living in Atlanta. I've been living here for 20 years, and I just don't see myself living anywhere else, honestly. Really don't. Lived here my whole adult life. That's so wild to think about, really. But yeah, I just don't see myself living anywhere else. Despite all the hype of, I don't know, the allure of Atlanta. I just live it, love it. Alright, I used to live over there before they tore down the apartments that were there, and they built the apartments that are currently there, over there. So I just drove over there. They just knocked down this hospital. They're about to build some more apartments. See, now I'm starting to complain. So I'm complaining because it seems like everybody wants to move over here, but then they can't afford to be here. I was like, nobody said they're just handing out jobs and paychecks. Maybe that's where that's coming from, that 5,000 kind of thing. It's like, no, you gotta have like a resume and stuff. It's not just show up and people just hand you things. So I don't know what that is. Don't understand. I know I don't go out to the trendy restaurants or whatever because everything is good, quite honestly. Actually, let me take that back. There was a golden time in Atlanta where, yeah, everything was good. I will say it is competitive in that there are people who are hyping up places, it sounds like, and I've never been to any one of those kind of places because I don't stand in line, quite honestly, friend. If I want to go eat some food, I'm going to go eat some food like right now. I will not be standing outside waiting to go eat some food in the city of Atlanta. We don't do that here. Not me. Okay. There are some great, great places to eat where I don't have to go stand in line and wait. Okay. So, like I said, with all that being said, the places that are doing that or hyping things up or whatever, and they're, I don't know what it is they're out there doing, like making it club or whatever. I don't know. Not my jam. Not for me. I just, if I'm going to eat food, I'm going to eat food. I'm not going to be standing around, because I did kind of drove by one of those kind of places where I see people standing around the corner. I was like, I've been inside there, y'all. It's really not what y'all think it is. It's people from out of town who have this fantasy about what Atlanta is or whatever. It's like, y'all just standing out here on the street corner in a line when you could have been eating some really great food up the street and had no problems. But that's just me. Whatever. All right, so I'm gonna go because yeah, there's so much traffic out here, even on this time of day. But then again, there's so much construction right now too. So I'm gonna go get some tacos. Take care, y'all. That's my wild card. All right, see ya.